Okay. So, still blinking. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Wing it.
Okay.
Mini PowerPoint.
All right. So, just, you want to start?
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm Caroline Stevenson. I'm basically the digital director at Famous Monsters. I run all of our social media. Phil?
And I am her employee. Take my direction.
Everyone works.
Yeah. I am the publisher of Famous Monsters of Filmland. I took over in 2007, and we had a successful launch of the print magazine in 2010. And it's been a lot of work and a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Now Nathan Gooden, illustrator of one of their series coming out this year. It's called Killbox. It's really exciting. It's really fun story. I also have a couple other stories out, so be on the lookout for me. I'm brand new.
I am George Morero. Still have not found a title for myself yet. But I do a lot of things.
Man of many hats.
Yeah.
I could not run FM without him.
Yeah, we're running a film festival right now. I've been working on that. I often do some random art for us whenever we need an in-house artist. I take care of that. And any of you who wears these shirts, these beautiful shirts, I'm your guy. There's a good chance that I made that shirt for you.
We just to talk about that, we had gone. We really, of course, we embrace classic horror, but as far as the way we deliver it, we really try to embrace the latest technology. So what we do is a lot of our shirts are screen printed when we know that there's going to be a huge demand, but sometimes there are classic covers that people want, but maybe it's not, maybe we can't sell 1,000 of them. So we have embarked on direct-to-printing, and we have bought an array of direct-to-garment printers, so we were able to fulfill a lot of orders that perhaps in the past we couldn't do because there just wasn't enough volume. So, and this gentleman runs that operation, so two also, on top of all the other jobs.
Trying to get you guys the best merchandise possible.
Can I
It's
ask a
nice
question?
merchandise.
Yes.
I've seen it over.
Because I love so many of the covers, but I try not to wear too much black. Do you
Okay.
ever print on a shirt color other than black?
We are. Okay, so if we want to jump into the garment portion of our business, I get very uncomfortable with a lot of the blanks that are out there. So what we've done is we started out with black because it's the most common purchased shirts. What we've done is we've actually gone directly to the sorcerers, and we make our own cuts. So from going forward, all the t-shirts will be very consistent. So if you like something that we're doing, then it'll continually be that way. If you don't like it, then call me.
Okay.
All right. But yes, I'm sorry, the long answer was that we are going to come out with a lot of colors. And the beauty of direct-to-garment is we can just have blanks. And
Yeah.
we just pull. So it makes it extremely easy for us to have all sorts of offerings.
Okay, that's great. Thanks.
Any other questions about garment? No.
Now, is that particular shirt available, the one that you're wearing?
Yes, so this is,
Yeah,
I
that's
like this. So, so basically, we, again, I hate a lot, like for instance, and I won't name the artist, but he's a great artist. I love his stuff. I go to Comic-Con and I buy his shirts just for the art. I won't wear it because some of the blanks that he uses, it's so rough that my chest starts bleeding after a day of wearing it. So, well, okay, that's it. No. So what I did was, we all decided, like we all have a lot of different skill sets. Like Caroline graduated with a fashion degree from Purdue, so she's my go-to girl for like what. But you know, all of us kind of know what we like. It's not a mystery to say this is what I like and this is what we don't like. So I was looking at a lot of UFC MMA fighters wearing, like on their days off, like really nice slender cut shirts. And so we went and we sourced a custom cut and sew here in LA, up north. And so we just started playing with the design. So yes, these are available. It just, we haven't appropriately had a formal launch yet, but they are available on the store. It's, if you want to know the boring details, it is a 100% cotton. It is ring spun, which means it's a specific way that they spin the cotton so that it becomes much tighter and thinner and more durable. And then it goes through, before it's cut into the design, it's gone through 7 different washes. So there's no shrinkage. What you get is what you get. And so that process is very expensive. So these kind of shirts tend to be a little bit more expensive than, let's say, the black shirts or standard shirts. Yes, but they're available. On CaptainCo.com.
Jeez.
On what.com?
CaptainCo.com.
Okay.
Like Captain Company, the original.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, any more fashion questions?
I love it.
'Cause that's my stuff. Yeah, we just wanted to get started with a little 2015 recap for those of you guys that are just sort of catching up with us. We did launch our comic book imprint, American Gothic Press, back in June.
Yeah, I mean, it was like an 18-month project going. So even though we only released the first title in June, it had been 18 months prior to that, developing the stories. And it's an interesting thing. Famous Monsters gives us a lot of leeway to reach out to very credible people in the industry because of our history. But it's still, we have to still let them know, hey, we haven't done a comic book in a long time, since Vampirella, and I'm certainly not 40, so there's a lot of convincing involved. So 18 months of convincing, developing, going back, and creating a story that I think would be something that monster kids would love. Nowadays, young kids today, and all of us who've grown up with it and supported it. So.
Yeah, and just a couple of the titles that came out. We had Nemesis, which we partnered with Jeremy Robinson, and that was our big kaiju title. Gunsuits was sort of a mech versus kaiju, it was a little Pacific Rim feel. We had Born Home, which, how would you describe Born Home, Phil?
Oblivion.
Yeah, Tom Cruise movie. And then Broken Moon, which we partnered with Steve Niles and Nat Jones. And Steve Niles had previously worked on, other monster, dark-related comic books, and so.
30 Days of Night. He's done Cinema Macabre. Yeah, Nosferatu. Yeah.
So that one brought together a lot of classic monsters. We had Frankenstein, we had the Wolfman, Nosferatu. There may not have been some gill creatures. Then George, do you want to tell us what this special cover is for?
Oh, that's my special cover that I got to produce. We had it was a local comic shop day, which is very much almost like when the free comic book day happens and you get all the comic book stores, you have these comic books people. These were not free. These were just special one-time only books that limited stores had. And one lucky day, they called us like, hey, you guys want to join us and be a part of this? And how could we say no to that?
But by the way, when they did that, we had 4 days.
Yeah.
So George didn't sleep and was very cranky.
So and one night I made that picture for a comic book.
One day only, 4 days later, it's all time to close up shop.
But yeah, I mean, that's a testament to, it's Famous Monsters. Print isn't what it used to be, so we have to work very hard to kind of keep up a presence of that. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is, we work very hard. We have a lot of different hats. We wear a lot of different hats to be able to produce stuff like this, because we love doing it, and we just absolutely love doing it. I mean, oftentimes my wife's like, "What? It's a lot of work." Yeah, but I love it. So.
Honey, it's enjoyable.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if I had to, do 18 hours of plumbing, which I used to do plumbing in my past life, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much.
So the next thing, one of my favorite highlights of 2015, I came onto the company back in March, and so I had sort of a crash course in Famous Monsters and 4A. And even though I've been a huge fan of monsters and horror and fantasy and sci-fi for a very long time, learning so much about 4A was really, really cool to me, and finding out he was the first cosplayer, because I'm really big into cosplay. So when we were approaching San Diego Comic-Con, I really wanted to try and do something special for him, because I realized a lot of people, you know, my age and younger don't know who he is, and it's like how can we fix that? What can we do to try and be like, hey, you know, all of this stuff that you love, all these good conventions you attend, that's because of Fori. So,
And by the way, I mean, I explained to her, I said, you know, understand something. When I was 14 and I was going to comic conventions, young women didn't go to those things. It was me and my friends, you know? I mean, there were ladies, but it was very, very sparse. And you know, now it's like a hip and sexy thing, and all these young people are going, and I'm like, do you know who did that? You know, do you know, like, do you have any idea why you get to do this? Because had it not been for Fori, you know, it's probably still not, you know, it wouldn't have come to the level that we are. So.
so